Interesting. Rafa Benítez has parted ways from Everton. 8:89 Evertonians this morning. Who would you like next? Roberto Martinez, he's in the frame. Wayne Rooney's name has been bandied about a fair bit as well. And obviously Big Dunk, who's at the club. Could he take it to the end of the season? Could he take you on further? Jamie?
Yeah.
Right decision?
Of course. I mean, it was never going to work. I said it from the start. As much as Rafa's a good manager and he's been in the past, this decision was just a crazy decision from Moshiri to bring in Rafa Benítez. You know, the chips were down already. It's a huge job to go in at Everton and get something out of these players. And I just don't think Rafa was ever the right man for it. I said he had to get off to a good start, and he actually did okay. But since then, they've just fell apart, and he's not been able to get the performances that he's needed. And it was just... They needed to get rid of him. It was done. And you lose to Norwich, I mean... It's game over.
I was going to say, Jamie, I agree with you totally. I think the whole thing, you could tell there was a kind of, I was there a couple of times, there was a kind of, I don't know, a toxic kind of feeling that you just knew that no matter what happened, he was never going to convince some of the Everton faithful, mate. But at the same time, and I know they've had one or two injuries, Jamie, you know, but most teams have, whether it's Calvert-Lewin or Charleston, Mina, people like that. However, Jamie, surely the players have got to take a look at themselves as well, because some of the performances have been shocking, really, no?
Oh, mate, they have been shocking, and you've got to be realistic here. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti's gone to Real Madrid, the top of the league. So Ancelotti's not a bad manager, but they put in poor performances last season. So there's something going wrong at that football club, whether it's the owner and how it's run, whether it's the directors of football, the way the training's being done by the coaches or the managers or the players. They're just not good enough, and they're not wearing the badge out it should be worn, because there's not the performances are nowhere near acceptable for what you'd expect from an Everton team. And you know, you can blame Rafa Benítez, but I don't think it is. I don't think that situation was ever going to work. But I don't think Rafa Benítez was the main problem at that football club.
Well, let me tell you the record that Everton have recently. They've won 1 in the last 13 games, 6 points, 12 goals scored, and 27 shipped. Second shortest stint in the club's 144-year history. That's Rafa Benítez. They've burnt through 6 managers, 2 directors of football, that's Browns and Steve Walsh, and $500 million in transfer fees and wages without having anything to show for it. That's incredible. Since when is that, in the 6 managers? I'm going to get a time frame of that, because to spend $500 million as well, that's since 2016. Oh my goodness. It does feel like, look, they throw money at things, but it's not the right investment. It's not in the right areas. They bring big managers in, they bring big players in, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, and I think that he's got an ego, the owner, of obviously with the managers that he wants to bring in. And, you know, money talks. At the end of the day, Everton are not a top 6 football club, but they've brought in top 6 managers in terms of the manager they've had in the past, like Carlo Ancelotti.
But they have the structure to be a top 6 football club. Moyes did it. So why? What is it that they're not doing right?
Well, they're not good enough. Because
the investment and because those decisions?
No, it's the whole
recruitment.
Yeah, the recruitment's not been nowhere near good enough. I mean, some of the players that they've wasted money on is incredible. And you see the performance that some of them put in. I think if I looked at Everton's team, how many of their players would get in the top 6, top 7 sides? I mean, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. I mean, that's probably it.
Luca Digne going was an interesting one as well, really.
Well, that sums it up.
He was one of their best players.
That sums it up. When your one of your best players wants to leave and is like, I'm out of it, and doesn't go to like Barcelona or Real Madrid, goes to Aston Villa. You know, like that's crazy to do that. So that shows what's really going on the inside. And I think the core is rotten. There's something going on in that football club that needs to get sorted.
Who would you bring in next? Because we gave some names up a second ago, and with the phone lines have been
open. Graham Potter won't go there.
No, he won't.
Get him off the shortlist. He ain't going there.
But why won't he?
Because he wants to be in control of a football club. That's why he's so good at Everton, because he's in control of
Brighton.
Brighton, yeah. He's in control of everything that they do there, the philosophy right through the football club. He's in charge of transfers and the players that he brings in. He's on top of. He's not going to get that at Everton, because it's run by Moshiri. He's going to bring in who he wants. You've got a director of football that they have and whatever, and he's not going to be in control of it, and he's not going to feel in control. And he will never ever take that job. The only job that Graham Potter will take for me is a top 4 job.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.